Oh, can you come downstairs?
In 2007, when Melanie McLaughlin found out her baby Grace had Down syndrome, the only way to know for sure was by using invasive and risky tests like amniocentesis and another called CVS. Those tests are usually done between 16 and 22 weeks gestation. Now, genetic tests can be done at just 10 weeks.
These are tests where through a simple blood draw, there's no invasive procedure, we could find bits of DNA from the fetus circulating throughout the mother. If we find an overabundance of extra material from the 21st chromosome, then these tests are able to predict with close to 99% accuracy whether or not the fetus has Down syndrome.
That accuracy poses challenges. Geneticist Dr. Brian Skotko says a new study conducted in 3 U.S. states found that 75% of women chose not to continue a pregnancy if they learned their fetus has Down syndrome. Currently, very few women have an amnio or CVS during pregnancy, but the new and easier test will dramatically increase the number of women being tested and could lead to fewer babies born with Down syndrome.
This moment in time where science, I think, has outpaced our discussions on the topic. We really haven't all come together and discussed the ethical implications, the practical implications, and the social implications. And I think the Down syndrome community was first to recognize that, but they are saying loud and clear, we have voices, we want them to be heard. It's a question of, is the rest of the world going to listen?
Melanie McLaughlin worries that expectant parents getting the news so early in pregnancy will not get educated about Down syndrome.
Before you feel the baby moving, or, when you're in the first trimester, it's sort of not necessarily as real or whatever, and people might make quicker decisions or, and I'm not here to sort of judge other people's decisions. It's really not about that at all. It's about asking yourself, is it an educated decision?
Pregnant with her first child at the age of 31, Lauren Beckham Falcone opted out of any prenatal testing. 12 hours after daughter Lucy was born, Lauren and her husband Dave were shocked to find out their baby had Down syndrome.
She had jaundice, and then they discovered that she had 3 holes in her heart, and that sort of put Down syndrome on the back burner. I wasn't looking at the signs for Down syndrome anymore. I was looking at the signs for survival. 2 months she had open heart surgery, and then there was a complication, and she went back for another surgery, and at the end of it, I'm like, oh, and now I have to deal with the whole Down syndrome thing, which was smaller, definitely, but longer.
Lauren, a former Boston Herald columnist and current sidekick to morning radio hosts Lauren and Wally, says she came to a point of full acceptance when she stopped looking at Lucy through the critical lens used by medical professionals.
I was just thinking about, pushing a baby stroller and taking 6 months off work, and I'm sitting there thinking about tracking of her eyes, and it was really overwhelming, and in a way, kind of invasive, because people are in your house and kind of examining your child in a way that you never thought she would be examined. Then that lens came in where I'm looking at her critically, and then I'd have to switch lenses and look at her like she was my daughter.
What is the first letter we need for bug? B.
Lucy, now 9, is in 2nd grade in the Canton Public Schools. She participates in class with her peers and also gets one-on-one work.
She works on her speech, because with kids with Down syndrome, particularly Lucy, she has low tone, so her muscles are looser. It affects a lot of things. Her attention span, the way she can grasp things. It's just a slower pace, It's like everyone's the rabbit, and we're kind of, the turtle, and we'll get there.
Nice job.
The milestones are that much sweeter, says Lauren, who boasts Lucy is reading, doing simple addition, and engaging with classmates. Lucy has a special connection with her mother and grandmother, Boston Globe columnist Beverly Beckham, who shares a love of show tunes with Lucy.
Who's going to drive?
Despite the challenges, Lauren sees a bright future for Lucy. Her advice to other parents, try not to worry so much.
I was a little bit nervous when Lucy was born that I would take her out and people would stare. And I realized that the world is a pretty accepting place these days. Just try to live your life and love your baby.
Get married today.
Last Friday, Governor Patrick signed a bill into law requiring healthcare providers to offer accurate, up-to-date information to parents whose children are diagnosed with Down syndrome. Lucy, Grace, and their families attended the ceremonial signing, and evidently Lucy had time for a one-on-one with the governor as well. Smiles all around there. John Anton stuck to his guns. No more jobs in fast food joints.
I said, this is not challenging enough for me here at food service.